Hey, what's going on, guys? It's No Shoes, and we're back with another one. And today we're going to be reacting to Home from Little People. This suggested by Damian Perry over on the Buy Me a Coffee, kind of at my own request, because of reasons that we will get into a little bit further into this reaction, and I'll fill you in on what's going on here. But without any further ado, let's just get right into it. I've never heard Little People. I'm excited to check it out. Let's see what Home is all about. And thank you to Damian Perry for letting me know. Whoa. Okay, cool. I like that. Nice transition. Ah, it's got a great pace to it, a nice bounce, like a little bit of a shuffle almost. Really great sound of the samples, which now I'll fill y'all in a little bit. So, Little People, I read the little pre-blurb or the footnote for this album where there were a bunch of samples used for this, basically no longer than like a second. The goal was for them to not be recognizable, and he goes into a whole copyright type of little rant in the note, which I went on a very similar rant in a paper I wrote recently, which is available on the Buy Me a Coffee for your viewing pleasure. Check out the link tree in the description if you want to support more and join the Discord and get access to behind the scenes, extra content, all that type of fun stuff. Regardless, really cool concept, really jived with my type of feelings on how we need to update copyright law to make a better world for all of the artists who use sampling, fair use, all those type of things in their art, and you should check it out. But we're here to show some support to someone else who's doing their part. So let's hear it. Home from Little People. It almost feels like we're traveling through some like weird interdimensional tunnel, which like bits of like pop culture are just like coming through the sides, like interfering TV stations and radio waves. Really wacky vibes. Yeah, this is dirty. And it's cool because it's really like a beat almost. Something that makes it really percussive. That is normally a reason why things don't work in other contexts is what really sets this off is the different room tones that are in each of the samples being used. So then now we're not only being hit with different instruments, we're also being hit with instruments making sounds in different in different environments. And that environment has its own unique sound in addition to the instrument. So then it really kind of pops you in and out, and it's super punctuated and groovy. I love this. Ah. I love it. Like this pattern is just dirty, dude. The horns coming in. There's somehow still a bass line in the bottom. Like just all of these different pieces. It's really on that noise collage type of feeling. Or you could even take it a step further and think about like super musical music concrete. Music concrete is from the early days. People would make it with like magnetic tape. They'd slice it with a razor, tape it together with scotch tape or whatever they had back then, maybe scotch tape, I don't know. And they'd, make these crazy noise collages where you'd have like a bird squawking and the sound of a truck passing by or God knows what. There's so many different possibilities. But the way it's just cut and chopped and looped and sampled and just everything's just like this is one of those pieces that's really hard to make and you can tell because all of the different sounds are crucial to the final outcome. Like, you can make a drum kit, know that sounds dope. You can make a melody on a trumpet and know that sounds dope. And then you put it together and it's better. But this is definitely one of those things where it's like, you got to have like all of those layers together for it to really make sense. Yeah. It's very fast too. It's surprisingly fast paced. It really keeps everything moving quickly. There's almost in my mind like the temptation, like, this could be a really good beat to spit on. But there's something about the track that kind of fills in that vocal space. There's really not room that, like, it feels like there should be. But then you start thinking about it, it's like, where would your voice fit? Nowhere. And I honestly thought there would probably be a vocal included, like maybe something from the from Little People themselves, but even then, no. At least not yet, not on this track at the very least. Really, really cool stuff. I love the evolution. I love all the different sounds. The way they all come together is just crazy. And I would be hard pressed to recognize any of these samples. I think anybody who owned any of these samples would be shit out of luck. I don't think they'd know either. Uh, dude, that dum 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 da with that little pause in between dum da dum. The way that hits that like just a little tiny sticking point, that little bit of extra space, just the shifts in the voicing, bro, this, gorgeous. I love this. Yeah, yeah, just like super funky. The vocal samples really bring in some nice smooth brightness that just can't be ignored. Really just sets it off right there. And the bass line, like I said, that's holding up the bottom really nicely. The drum kit, great sound to it. Like, just really, just everything together. It's additive, is the word you'd have to use. Just everything builds on the last thing. It all works together for the same purpose. It's heading towards the same goal. It's focused. It's just beautiful, man. You don't this is so unique. You don't see stuff like this often. Yeah, like it truly feels like a quilt of a song. Like there's so many different textures, so many different like I feel like a lot of y'all think I'm crazy, but like the air that you can hear in each of these little sample bites, like there's so many different little pieces of those. The character, the quality of them is so wide and varied, but then somehow it all comes together and it feels cohesive and it makes sense that those samples are next to each other and like I don't know if there's like a little bit of reverb going on to help contextualize them, maybe a little bit of delay too. We got a really nice reverb sound a second ago with like a crazy like gong type of sound. I don't even feel like going back and trying to find it. Y'all heard it. You already know. But really really cool stuff going on here. I mean, shout out to Little People. I don't know the deal with their band Youth in Progress Recordings, writer Laurent Clerc. Yes, shout out to Laurent. Honestly, he's got the right name. It's the French people who really brought us the early beginnings. When I said musique concrète earlier, it's really like musique concrète. However, you would say that as a French person. Ooh, those bells. Wow. Just wow, man. That was an awesome track. I loved that. That was Home from the Little People. That was suggested by Damian Perry. Once again, over on the Buy Me a Coffee. If you guys are interested in learning more about the channel, getting access to the Discord, getting extra content, just more stuff than what we do here on the videos, check out the link tree, check out the Buy Me a Coffee, check out my EP Dabda. There's a bunch of fun stuff down there and you're missing out if you haven't yet. But keep the suggestions coming in the comments down below. Don't forget to hit like, hit subscribe, and hit that bell if you want to see more videos like this. Much love to everybody in the No Shoes gang, and I will see you all next time.